Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name's Jeff Farris. Welcome to my shop. Today, we are going to take a closer look at Woodpeckers' new StealthStop stop system for miter saws, radial arm saws, and pretty much anything that is going to use a saw blade. What we're going to do today is take a look at some questions that we've had on social media and on our customer service line. All right, let's get started. So one of the most common questions on both social media and the customer service line is, why did you guys make that out of plastic? Well, to tell you the truth, there isn't a better choice. What we wanted to do with the StealthStop is have a stop that was small enough and tight enough in the track that we can get the whole thing in just that 3/8 of an inch depth. We also wanted to make sure that it was completely smooth on this surface. If we had tried to make that out of metal, it would have been very difficult to hold tolerance because metal tends to not spring back. When you impact metal, it usually bends and doesn't come back. One of the reasons why plastic, this particular plastic, which is glass reinforced polycarbonate, one reason this is a perfect choice for this is because it's got some spring to it. So if it takes an impact, it's not going to move or break. Okay, so let's take a look at the right way to do it. Now the right way to do it is once you get your position, we'll set this up now for 11.5 inches. There, I'm just a little bit too short. So I'm going to take the micro adjuster and dial that in. So we're going to take our stock, put it against the fence, and slide it down until it just kisses the stop. Then you're ready for your cut. All right, let's see how we did. Right on the money. Just exactly what we want, 11.5 inches. Now, we also answered one of the other questions that we've had quite a bit, which is, does this work with radial arm saws? I've been using it just like this for 6 months, and it's just absolutely ideal. But let's also take a look at another question, which is, how does it work when I take my saw to a job site? Take a look at this. I've got this installed on my miter saw with just 2 bolts, and it gives me that stop capacity out to 48 inches. So we're going to slide this off, and you can see that I got really lucky on my old Hitachi saw. The holes that were in here to attach a sacrificial face were exactly the right height for our track. Now you may or may not be that lucky with your saw, but you'll almost always have enough room that if the holes that are in your saw aren't in the right spot, you've got enough room to drill a couple of new ones. And that's all it takes. These are 1/4 hex head bolts. The track is exactly the right size for the head to slide right in. And then that's how long it takes to set up when you get to the job site. Just slide that on, tighten the bolts, and you're good to go. Now on my saw, I have a height rest out here, and I just have that adjusted so that it holds up that end. But with 2 bolts in there, even if you don't have that, it'll still hold your stop right where you need it. We've had a lot of people ask about the fact that we have to use a tool to adjust this. Why didn't we make that toolless? Well, we were going for stealth, which means little bitty. Just completely flush inside that slot. There's nothing sticking out. And we made this so that it was very, very convenient to use that ball tip Allen wrench. And we gave you a spot to put it when you're done. Now next, we're going to take a look at flush mounting the track for the StealthStop so that you can use the surface as both a workbench and your chop saw station. Now the cool thing about StealthStop is it can work in a vertical track like we've been looking at so far, but it also works just as well when it's mounted into a table and the stops are popping up instead of out. Now let's take a look at how to put this into our tabletop. All I did here was route a groove that is 2 1/4 inches wide and a 1/2 inch deep. Now the combo track, we've made this for years. It's in our router tables, it's in several of our other tools, and it actually has 3 slots, a T slot and then the miter gauge slot, which is what the StealthStop fits into. And what we're going to do in mounting this is we're going to use the track that is on the back. And this is set up for the head of a 1/4 20 bolt. And so that's a 7/16 wide groove in there. And what we want to do in the bottom of our track here is we want to drill holes that are just a little bit oversized. So I'm going to drill 5/16 holes in my bench top. And from the edge of the track to the center is 7/8 of an inch. So I've got a 7/8 inch guide block here. I'm going to make a mark here. It doesn't have to be super precise. We just need that approximately 7/8 of an inch from the edge. Now, we also are not real concerned about lateral placement because it's a track. It really doesn't matter. Now in each of my bolt holes, I'm going to drop a 1/4 20 bolt, put a fender washer, lock washer, and nut on the underside. Now we'll just slide this on, and I'm going to temporarily tighten up my bolts finger tight. Now we'll take a look at how to install and calibrate the measuring tape. So my vertical fence goes out to 24 3/4 of an inch. So that's where I want to start my other tape. Now I actually want to go just a little bit short of that because 24 3/4 means that this fence is going to be touching this fence, and I'd actually like to have about a 1/16 of an inch gap between those two. So I'm going to cut my tape at 25 or 24 7/8. Now we're going to take the backing paper off and stick our tape down to the track. Now I'm going to check that, make sure that I'm right on my 36-inch mark. So I just have my rule against the teeth of my saw blade, and I'm going to adjust the scale until I'm right on my 36-inch mark. Now we'll go ahead and lock that up. I'll grab a wrench and we'll tighten those nuts, and it's all ready to go. Now the tape that comes with StealthStop is 12 feet long. So if you want to make a real long workstation, it's no problem. Next, I'll show you how to join tracks together. Now when we want to join 2 or more sections of track together into one long line, we're just going to take one of our brackets and put them right at the seam. I'm just going to take this and slide it into this track, bring the other track up, line it up, slide that in. Now, here's a little trick that we came up with to make sure that you get the alignment just right. We're going to take a StealthStop and put that right at the seam. Now, I'm going to turn it around so you can see what's going on the back side. Now we're going to center our bracket right on the seam, keep everything flat on the table, and lock it up. Now back on the front, everything is just like there was no seam there at all. Our stop slides right past that seam without even a hiccup. Now on my big table here, I cut a groove into the table to drop the track into the groove. There's another way to do a flush surface that's a lot simpler. It wouldn't work for me because I already had the table built. But if you're building something new, check this out. What we've done here is surface mounted a piece of track right on top of a piece of 3/4 inch MDF. I'll just cut some sections of 1/2 inch thick plywood, put it on both sides of that, and it'll give you that perfect flush surface. I want to show you one more trick with our little bracket. One of our very, very popular arrangements with the StealthStop is to combine the vertical fence and the horizontal fence into a stacked combination. The advantage to this is you can actually have two stops very, very close to each other. Now for the stacked arrangement, we're going to use our bracket in the back using the track on the horizontal piece and the back track in the vertical piece. So all we have to do here is slide this in. Now the vertical piece actually fits right over top of the slot, or in the slot where the tape goes. And that will keep it in position while you slide the bracket in. Then we'll tighten down the horizontal first, and once we have the horizontal locked, we'll lock the vertical fence. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching Deep Dive today. I hope you enjoyed this closer look at our StealthStop system. If you have any questions, be sure and post them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them there. And who knows, maybe the next one that you ask will be the idea for our next deep dive. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.